Hey everyone, welcome to the March haul video. We got some pretty cool things and we actually had a couple of disappointments. We weren't able to acquire other things. So let's get into it and I'll tell you what I'm talking about. So I want to start this with the thing that I'm probably the most excited for. Dun da da da! The Wave 2 Super Mario Bros. 35th anniversary pins. I never would have gotten these if not for Autumn's help. I expressed my interest in them, but I didn't think I was going to get it because I wasn't planning on getting Super Mario 3D World. Turns out for Valentine's Day I did, so that gave me the eligibility to get this, but I didn't have enough missions completed. And the only one left that I could do, but not really, is I had to go to Cold Stone, I think, and I had to get a Mario code from there, but they weren't offering the codes anymore. You could only input the code. So I pretty much gave up hope on getting these pins until they released more missions for these pins. And surprisingly, I thought they'd be all gone by now because of just how hard the first wave of the Super Mario pins were to get. But no, I did the extra mission and I was able to get a code for these pins and they shipped them right away. And because you had to pay for shipping, I decided to just spend some of my silver Nintendo coins on these little Pikmin 3 vinyl things. You can stick them on glass and they're reusable. I don't know where I'll use these. I'll probably put them on my fridge and we'll just see how long they stay up there. Getting back to the Wave 2 pins, look how big this box is. So this is Wave 1. Just for reference, you can see how much bigger it is. And then let's see what's inside. It is for all the 3D Mario games and a huge 35th Super Mario Bros. Pin right here. I am just ecstatic that I have all of these. I want to open up these too. I know I already showed them off, but I think all these pins are so cool and I'm just so happy that I got them, and I hope everyone who wanted them were able to acquire them as well. GameStop had its usual buy 5 games for under $20, get them all for 50% off. So I ended up acquiring 5 pre-owned Nintendo Switch games, each for roughly, I think they were about $8 or $9. So we'll just start with the first one. This is probably the most exciting one, and I'll show you why. It's for Trine 4: The Nightmare Prince, and I've never played a Trine game before. I'm disappointed that the case doesn't have the original box art to it, but when I opened it up, to my surprise, we have goodies here that nobody has used, which is surprising because it's a pre-owned copy. And it was weird because if you don't have the original box art, why would you have the goodies inside? But it did. So this is just like a map of Trine, the area of Trine, I guess. The whole map, it's too big to fit in the camera shot, but it's got this whole detailed map of Trine, the map. It kind of reminds me of 100 Acre Woods, just the pen design of it. So I am pretty excited that it has these goodies. It's not like something that I'd hang on my wall or anything like that, but that's not even the most exciting part. The most exciting part is it has this download code for the Trine Ultimate Collection. I've already used the code, but I guess you can try and see if you can get these games as well. But it has the first 3 Trine games included with it. I had only intended to buy the 4th Trine, but I got all 3 other ones as well. So I'm really excited about that. I already have a casual review up for the 1st and the 2nd Trine, and I'm right in the middle of playing through the 3rd. So tune in for Trine 3 and Trine 4 casual review. Also, I haven't redeemed this one yet, so I better hurry and do that before I post up this video. But it looks like it came with the Trine Ultimate Collection Trine 4 digital art books. So that is pretty cool that they have these codes. I haven't tried this one, but I'm assuming since the download code for this one worked, the download code for this one should work as well. I'm just so excited that a pre-owned copy of Trine 4 came with all these other goodies, including the first 3 Trine. That's awesome. Next up, we have My Friend Pedro. This does have the original box art here. And alongside with Trine, this also has goodies inside. So I'm pretty skeptical if these games are even pre-owned because they all seem pretty new and in pretty good condition. Here we have the, it looks like another poster. Look at that. My Friend Pedro, Blood, Bullets, Banana. Pretty cool. It's too big to fit into the camera shot, but another poster that looks like it's never been unfolded before. Here we have the official soundtrack. I haven't redeemed this one either, so I'm not going to show the backside. It's just legal information anyways. The most exciting thing though, we have stickers for My Friend Pedro. Pretty awesome. This is the inside box art. It is the clear Nintendo Switch case, so it does have inside box art, which is pretty cool as well. So for the next 3 games, we aren't as lucky. They don't come with goodies inside, but that's okay. We have DreamWorks Dragons, Dawn of the New Riders, and I am a pretty big fan of How to Train Your Dragon, the movies. This one looks like it introduces a new character and a new dragon, which is exciting. This was more just to fill up the 5 pre-owned games. It's not like I was looking out to get Dragons Dawn of the New Riders or anything like that, but it looks fun enough. I checked out the gameplay. No inside cover art, but this is the game cartridge right here. Another one right here is Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered. I've never played this one. I've played a lot of Assassin's Creed games before, never this one. It will be pretty cool to be able to play this on handheld. I'm not sure when I will get to this one because Assassin's Creed games are notoriously long. Here's the inside, not really any box art, just legal information, but here's the case. It looks like it's just the font of it. And last but not least, as far as I know, I'm not really sure, I've never played it, Katamari Damasi Rerolled. This is a remake of Katamari Damasi, but I've never played this game. I don't know a lot about it. I know people who have played it enjoy it. It looks like you just roll around a ball and it gathers up other objects, kind of like rolling around a big old snowball, I guess, when you're like making a snowman is kind of how I understand the gameplay at least, but this does have the original box art, which is pretty cool. This is the inside, and here is the game cartridge. Now I do have one last game to show off. I had 2 GameStop certificates to use, 2 $5 ones that were expiring at the end of March, so I went out to buy a new game, and I ended up purchasing A Hat in Time. Let's get off this annoying sticker. Okay, so A Hat in Time. It looks like a pretty charming 3D platformer, so I'm pretty excited to play through it. And here's the inside. I haven't done this code either, so I'll have to do that before I post this video. This is what the cartridge looks like. It says it's new, but it didn't have the cellophane wrap on it or anything like that. I brought it up because I didn't know if this was like a representation of the new game and the clerk would go grab a new copy, but nope, she just opened this up, put the game in, put the code in, and closed it back up. So I don't know why they would have new copies of this game that weren't cellophane wrapped, or I don't know, whatever. Hopefully the code will work, I'm sure it will, and I'm excited to play through this one. I forgot to show this off earlier, so I'm just going to put this in right here. I actually bought Hades, brand new, not even used. I was pretty excited to play this one, but I was waiting for the physical version, and my patience has finally paid off. I already did a casual review on this, and it's already been put away in my shelf, so that's why I forgot about it, but this is probably one of the games that I'm most excited for, so it was a really good game. Please check out my casual review. This is what the inside box art looks like, and it comes with this soundtrack. I'm not going to look at the inside because I haven't downloaded the code just yet. Alongside the soundtrack, it also came with this little artwork booklet, and I was kind of a little maybe disappointed about it when I looked at it, but it is basically just the gods and then their little artwork that shows up whenever they talk. It's cool to have, but when they said art book, I was picturing like concept art and maybe something a little more in depth like that, but this is still kind of cool to have. Here's the inside box art. It looks like the first world that you play through in the underworld as you're trying to escape, and this is what the cartridge looks like, so. Pretty cool acquisition there. I can't believe I forgot it. A couple of Amiibo came out this month. Actually, 6 came out. There was 3 DLC Smash Fighters and 3 Monster Hunter Amiibo, and I was only able to get 1. I was only able to find Banjo and Kazooie, All the other ones were gone. I wasn't too interested in the Hello Kitty Sanrio card, Animal Crossing cards. I don't know. Apparently those were really hard to get too. Scalpers just snatched those up. But I wasn't really too interested in the cards. I don't really collect those. All I could find were Banjo and Kazooie, Byleth, and Terry were both missing, and apparently all the Monster Hunter Amiibo were delayed at GameStop, so they will be getting a shipment in probably sometime in the next week, but it's only for pre-orders, and I do not have these Amiibo pre-ordered, so I doubt I'll ever be able to get my hands on the new Monster Hunter Amiibo as well. In fact, this one, it was slim pickings at Target. There was only 3 Banjo and Kazooie Amiibo, and the first one had like damage on the actual Amiibo itself, and the other 2 were ripped packaging. I'm not too bummed out about it because I'm not an in-the-box collector. I just end up opening them up anyway. So let's get started, see what this looks like out of the plastic. Here is Banjo and Kazooie Amiibo. I never thought I'd see the day. I actually thought this one would be the hardest one to get because everyone just seems so interested in Banjo and Kazooie. There's a lot of nostalgia over these characters. I've never played the Nintendo 64 games before, but it does seem like something up my alley, so maybe Switch port someday? I mean, it does have an Amiibo now. Looks like he's stepping on, I think this is called a Jiggy. I'm pretty sure it's called a Jiggy. But I'm pretty excited about this Amiibo. I like it. I like the poses of it. This one's kind of a goof of a haul, but I do have 2 Pokemon trading cards that I got from my Lucky Box cereal. I don't know if you remember, but at the beginning of the month, McDonald's had Pokemon trading cards for their Happy Meals, and scalpers just snatched them all up. Kids weren't able to get their Pokemon trading cards. Little did they know they could just get a box of Lucky Charms and get trading cards there. They're probably not worth anything, but I thought it'd be fun to open these up. All right, let's see what trading cards we got. We have a holographic Pikachu and a more Pico and a Yamper. Ooh, I like Yamper. Yamper's from Sword and Shield. He's a Corgi Pokemon. Get it? Because it's like set in England and the Queen with Corgis. I think that's why they included Yamper. He is not holographic though. It looks like more Pico and Pikachu both are. Oh man, I really hope that I get the Ponyta, the Galarian version of Ponyta. That's the one I really want. So we have 3 extra cards that it could potentially be in this pack. Dun, dun. Oh, another Pikachu, dang it. A Hatena. I had this in my team when I did play through Pokemon Sword. I had one of these guys, so I like him. Oh, and we have a Dreepy. I don't recognize this. I don't know what this one is, but Dreepy, he is not holographic. I think probably the coolest one out of these cards is Hatena. So it looks like I'm gonna have to go and buy some more Lucky Charms to get that Galarian Ponyta because it is glorious. This is probably one of the more interesting things that I got this month, but I got a Nintendo DSi for the low cost of $5. It's pretty exciting. I've never actually seen one of these devices before in the flesh until I got this one. I've only ever had the original Nintendo DS and the DS Lite. The DSi can be identified by its camera here. It's the first DS with a built-in camera. So that's pretty exciting. You might take a wild guess on why it was only $5. For one, it looks like the battery case was replaced at one point in time. It's not normally black and pink. It did not have a stylus, it did not have a game, it did not have a SD card. This is a stylus that I had in one of my DS Lites. She claims that the touchscreen does not work, so we'll just test it out. I've tested it out before, but I just kind of wanted to show you. Don't worry about that picture. That was she probably took that back in the day. So the touchscreen does respond to touch, left and right, but when you go to touch an actual icon, it just assumes you're touching the left or right. It doesn't register that you're actually touching the screen itself. So I did order a replacement touchscreen on eBay, and maybe I'll make a video on how to replace that. I am, like I said, I've never really seen this system before, but I have had quite an adventure with this DSi. I took it apart to just kind of open it up and test out the touchscreen. Sometimes with these systems, if you disassemble like the ribbon cables and everything and put it back together, it'll work. So I was hoping for that. And I ended up accidentally breaking a piece on the motherboard. I'm not gonna take it apart right now to show you, but it basically, the wires from the battery go to the motherboard. When I was prying them off, I pried off the piece of the motherboard that it connects to. So I was pretty devastated about that. So when I did order a replacement touchscreen, I ordered a new soldering kit. I've never soldered before, and I thought it'd be fun to just try and get into hobby. Maybe I can make some modifications on some Game Boys later in my life. But I got this whole kit for only $20 from Amazon. It has some pretty cool things in it. I actually tried it out today to repair that part of my DSi. But it looks like it comes with a stand, a sponge. This is the actual soldering iron. It looks like we have some solder right here. We got replaceable tips here for different jobs. We have a wire stripper here, we have tweezers, and we have this little plunger thing, and it kind of works like a blackhead gun. It like sucks up the melted solder in case you, I don't know, you want to like redo it or something like that. Like I said, I've never really soldered before until today, and I just tried it out. And as you saw, I successfully repaired this DSi. So I'm pretty proud of myself, not to toot my own horn or anything like that, but I'm pretty much a solder expert now, so if you need anything soldered, just let me know. Oh, and I forgot to include this, but included with the DSi, she did include the charging cable, which in itself is worth about $5, so it was a pretty good deal. All right, we found the permanent resting place of our Pikmin Klings. He's right where the apples are in the fridge. They are going to stay here forever. Right, Pookie? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, yeah, they better not go missing. Mm-hmm. They're here forever, no taking them down. Well, that's all for March. We'll see what April has in store for me. The Easter Bunny does visit my home, so maybe I'll have some cool things to show off there. I do plan on just scouring the classifieds, seeing what else, what other goodies I can find. So stay tuned for the April haul video. That's it for me though. I'll talk to you later. Bye!